What's up, everyone? What's up? How are you? It's Monday morning. This is our News in Motion Friendsgiving Day. I'm looking so forward to 6:30 this evening, 6:30 Eastern, that is. I know there's a couple of you who are going to try to make it, and you are actually out of the country. Good morning, Tracy. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited about today. I'm just excited about the week. Good morning, Brenda Random, and good morning, everyone. How are you on this Monday morning? Good morning, Dana. Good morning. Good morning, people. Yay! Good morning, Marion. Good morning, Pastor Alex. Pastor Alex, check your inbox. Good morning, Antoinette. Good morning, people. Good morning. Good morning to my brother, Louis Pryor. Good morning, Yvonne. Good morning to everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Yay! Good morning, y'all. I don't know. I know there's several of you that are all around the U.S. Good morning, Kim Kills. So I don't know what the weather is your way. Good morning, Karen. But the weather in Columbus, Ohio, good morning, Adrian, is, I don't know, it's a little wet. It's a little cold. I thought I saw some snow yesterday, and then it went back to rain. I don't know what's going on, but that's what's happening. Good morning, Diane. I know this week we're just going to tune in today, tomorrow, and Wednesday morning. I'm sure it may be a little slow because some people have already taken the week off and they're staying in bed and bypassing News in Motion, which I completely understand. They can always catch the replay. But it's so good when you all are live, though. I love it when you're live. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, just to remind everyone, Friendsgiving is tonight at 6:30. Good morning, Oscar. If you are wanting to participate, and again, you can just say, like an open house, like you just stop through, say, hey, exit left. It's up to you. Or you can come and hang out with us for the entire 60, 90 minutes, however long that's going to be. You can choose to come with a brown bag or meal on your Zoom or your mimosa or whatever it is, and that could be spiked or not. Or good morning, Lawrence, or you can choose to just, come in, say hello. So if you want to get the Zoom link, I do not want to post it on the thread. I don't want to do that. So either inbox me or email me so I can get you the link. But if you want it, make sure you request the link before noon today. By the way, I don't check Messenger that much. So if I send a message, if I'm saying, to send it by Messenger, good morning, Patricia. If I'm saying send it by Messenger, I will check it before noon. I cannot promise you that I'll check it after noon, and that's Eastern time. So if you want the Zoom link, let me know. Or you can email me, email this address to GED. Again, that's G as in Gail, E as in Elizabeth. Yes, that's my middle name. D as in Dudley. At mimtoday.org. Again, that's GED. Good morning, Philip. GED at M as in Mary, I, M as in Mary, today, TODAY.org. And just say, hey, send me the Friendsgiving link for tonight. That's happening at 6:30. Gear in your war clothes. Yeah, girl, I came out. We need the war. We need the war. But yeah, that's 6:30 tonight. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I don't know if I have food or not, but I'm just going to come and just really connect with all of your faces and say hello and laugh and continue the chat that we have built here on what I call our News in Motion family. Good morning, Carolyn. All right, y'all. I am getting ready to say this. All of you Buckeye fans, don't throw anything at me when you see me, but go blue. Just go blue. Sometimes we will have to be humble to say go blue. Philip, I need your email address. So make sure you give me your email address so I can send it to you. Good morning, Jacqueline. So y'all, yep, I said it. I said go blue. As you know, on Friday, the occupant of the Oval, he was hit with another blow after inviting two other representatives from Michigan to come to the Oval Office to have a discussion. Yeah, I have to say go blue, excuse me. So talking about the delegation of Michigan and the results. And upon their leaving, they said they will follow the normal process and they will certify the votes. So in Michigan, they will certify the votes. So, hi, Kelly Lee. So, go blue. And that'll be probably the last time I ever say that in my life. But we got to give credit where credit is due. All right, y'all. Junior. Well, now, listen here, Junior. You tested positive with the coronavirus. Now, I thought it was a hoax. I thought it was just not even important. Well, it is interesting that they kept it quiet for almost a week. He was tested positive last Monday. So that's what's happening with Junior. All right, y'all. G20. No, I don't feel like it. I'd rather go golfing. That's pretty much what the occupant of the Oval had to say. Good morning, Beverly. That's pretty much what the occupant had to say over the weekend. It was a G20 summit. They were doing it virtually. Good morning, Demir. They was doing it virtually. And he went to a piece of it. And he's like, I'm out. I'm going golfing. I'm going to my golf course and golf. So that's what he really thinks about all of us. And he missed out of the most important piece of the entire summit. And that was the pandemic and what we were going to do about it. Good morning, Lori. All right, y'all. The judge said no. And all the judges at this point have said no. So I'm going to need y'all to just move on. Get off of it. We're spending way too much money trying to defend something or trying to prove something that there's no proof of defending. But y'all listen to what this judge said. It's a U.S. federal judge in Pennsylvania dismissed on Saturday night the lawsuit. All right, he said the district judge, who is a Republican, y'all, in central Pennsylvania, compared the campaign's legal arguments to, and I gotta give this quote, Frankenstein's monster. That's actually in the court document. He's looking at this case as Frankenstein's monster, concluding that Trump's team offered only speculative accusations, not proof of rampant corruption. That came from a judge. Foolishness, y'all. Foolishness. But here's the problem. So I need to get serious for a moment. Here's the problem. I'm always serious, kind of. Have fun, though, too. I'm worried about the black voters. Yep, you heard me. And I'm saying that because for the longest, black voters have said, my vote doesn't matter, my vote does not count. Diane and Adrian and Tracy, you're on here. Y'all were hanging out with me outside the King Center. And we cannot tell you how many times people were leaving saying, yeah, I voted, but my vote doesn't count. Good morning, Deborah. So I'm very concerned about the black voters, which means, y'all, we have work to do now. I thought we were going to have a little break when it comes to voting, but we're not going to have a break when it comes to voting. We're either in it or we're not. It has to become a part of our daily conversation when we're talking about voting. So I just want to read to you this quote from a reporter with the AP. And that's, when I say AP, I'm sorry to give y'all the initials. It stands for Associated Press. All right. It talks about how President-elect Biden was in part powered by victory in Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Georgia by black voters, which is a true statement. Many in urban centers such as Detroit, Philadelphia, and Atlanta. Trump and his allies have claimed voter fraud that simply does not exist. This strategy could erode, listen to y'all, this strategy could erode black voters' trust in the elections. Voting right advocates say they will beat back any effort to water down the black vote. But fears persist that Trump's allies will undermine democracy and disenfranchise black Americans and other voters of color. Yeah, and I want to just break this down just for a moment. I won't stay here long, but we need to continue to build on this and have this conversation for real. If you have young people who are soon to be 18 or young people in the age of 20 to 25, especially that group, so anywhere from 18 to 25, the black and brown voters are really questioning, and they're making comments even now saying, yes, but Gail Dudley said, oh, but it does. I was saying that. I was like, oh, yes, it does. I mean, because I wanted to reinforce. And Diane, you were doing it too. We were tag teaming out there. But y'all, we really need to hit that group because we're hearing, good morning, Judy. We are hearing that from 18 to 25, just since the election with all of the shenanigans that are going on, they are saying, see, I told you my vote doesn't matter. They're trying to disenfranchise the black vote. And we have to be ready to respond to that. And the only way we can respond to that, and we have proof with what's happening right now. My son, 27, confirms this. I believe it, Demia. What the proof we have is right now is to say, but your voice does matter. Because you voted, because you followed through, because your voice does matter. Look, they did not win nary a case. They didn't win it. They didn't win it. Even Republican judges are saying no to this foolishness. So we have to reinforce that, but we can't wait until next year or the next election to do it, or the next general election or the next presidential election. We have to have that conversation now. So one thing that I'm hoping we could do as this family is start doing small groups. It doesn't have to be News in Motion. Just do it on your own. Just to have weave this into your Bible studies, weave this into your book club. If you're doing a book club with Barack Obama's book, weave this narrative, this conversation into that discussion of the book to talk about these disparities. Now, what's happening? Let's take Wisconsin. They paid $3 million. They paid $3 million. No, excuse me. We paid $3 million to have a recount in Wisconsin. And the recounters, those who are counting the votes in Wisconsin are saying this is getting out of control because they have all of these watchers. There's all these different legal mumbo jumbo, just all kinds of stuff that's happening. And the people are becoming weary, and they're becoming frustrated. And they're saying that they're now starting to miscount. So it's like, we got to silence the noise. So if you are a praying person, pray that the noise is silent. Becomes silent in Wisconsin. But here's what I want to say about Wisconsin. They're only recounting the two areas that are heavily black and brown voters. Now, that's not black and brown voter suppression. I don't know what is. Even if you go to Michigan, the same thing. In Atlanta, the same, or in Georgia, the same thing. They're only questioning the votes of black and brown people. The Texas county that was ran by a black man, the same thing. The same thing. Which leads me to ask this question. Why on God's green earth do we have any black and brown people supporting this man? I know that's a rhetorical question with you all who are viewing this, but that's where we are. That's where we are. And I really do want to call up the 50 Cents, the Ice Cubes, the Little Waynes, or whatever his name is. Just all these different people saying, explain this. You're talking that you got a meeting and you're at the table. I want to talk to who's that bishop, pastor, preacher, black man in Cleveland, whoever he is, and say, really? You are disenfranchising the very people that you pastor, dude. And I really do feel a certain way about this. Y'all, this is the news I want us to continue to have these real conversations, because right now we have millennials, 18 to about 25, maybe 26, 27, that are saying, look, and if the right people weren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, these votes will be overturned and my vote will be thrown out and I will be considered null and void. We cannot let that happen. Good morning, Kim Carter. Dr. Kim Carter, we cannot let that happen. Y'all, we really have to. Yep, Daryl Scott. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. But here it is. His church are the very people who are being disenfranchised. They just happen to live in Cleveland, in Cuyahoga County right now. But if we was to pick up his church and put it in Detroit, those will be the same people that were being disenfranchised. So we got to go to, are we not our brothers and sisters keepers? We have to continue this conversation, y'all. We have to. Yes, I'm passionate about it. We have to. It's amazing how God continues to pull off layers of this vision that he's given to me for News in Motion. He's pulling back the layers. And I sat there and said, God, I can't do that. And he's like, yeah, you can, because I've appointed you to do this. He goes, I don't care if there's 2 people listening, 5 people listening, 5,000 people listening. 2 people can make a difference. So y'all, this is the journey we're on, and we cannot slow down. Even in a pandemic, We have to take note, and we have to build from the notes that we're taking. Let's talk about Warnock. It's not even in my notes. Y'all got me off my notes already. Even Warnock, who is running in Georgia. That's the runoff. It's Warnock and Ossoff that we want to win, because that will control what's happening. We can finally silence the Mitch McConnells of the world. But even with Warnock, guess what's happening? They're pulling his old sermons. Not understanding or having a definition of black church and black preachers, especially a black preacher from the South. They're pulling his old sermons, and they're starting to pinpoint things, just like what they did with Obama and Jeremiah Wright. And that's another subject. We'll talk about that another time. And yeah, I read the book, and the book is amazing. And if people want to take that line out of context, they take that line out of context. I'm married to a pastor, preacher. I'm an ordained pastor myself, and I know preachers want to protect other preachers. Get over yourself. There was a lot that went on there. There was a lot of conversation, so that's another story. But back to Warnock. Warnock, they're pulling old tapes and saying, listen, he's being radical, and he's being this, and he's being that. Listen, I don't care if it's $1. Y'all, we got to send money to that campaign. We have to be on those phone banks. We have to write the postcards. We have to write the letters. Y'all, just because we do not live in Georgia or live in that particular county or that district does not mean that we don't participate. They need us. They need us. And if you're uncomfortable sending your funds directly to the campaign, send them to Stacey Abrams' organization, which is Fair Fight. You can send money to the DNC, but not knocking the DNC. But if you want to make sure the money goes directly to their campaign, send it to Fair Fight under Stacey Abrams. So there's that. All right, let me keep going. I didn't mean to stay there that long, y'all. All right, y'all, he is out of control. He's out of control. I don't have to tell you who. He's out of control. He just appointed 2 white nationalists. You on your way out, dude. Why are you hiring anybody? Which means, y'all, 50 days is a lot of time. And I don't even know what day we're on, 50-something. I agree, but they have to stop sending 10 emails a day. They will send emails like crazy, or text messages. We're just going to have to suffer through to January the 5th. Oh, by the way, if you know anybody who is turning 18 by January the 5th, or anyone who's moving to Georgia and will actually be a resident by January the 5th, they need to sign up to vote, to be a registered voter in Georgia. They have until December the 7th to become a registered voter. They have until December the 7th. They have to surrender their driver's license from wherever they're coming from, or their state ID from wherever they're coming from. And they have to show either a mortgage. I become desensitized to them. Yeah, that's right, Pastor Alex. You either have to show your mortgage agreement or your leasing agreement of where you're moving into. That's all you need. So make sure you register in Georgia by December the 7th. All right, y'all, he's out of control. He has appointed 2 white nationalists, Darren Beatty and Jason Richwine. Jason Richwine was the one who talked about Mexican and Latino immigrants have lower IQs than white people. Darren Beatty was a former White House speechwriter. Remember, he was fired in 2018 after it was revealed that he was a regular keynote speaker for the White Nationalist Conference. Well, he just hired both of them. All right, yeah, wipe it out. They are really coming at President-elect Joe Biden, trying to get him on board with wiping out student loans. Please wipe them out. Please, can we get it? What? We got to wipe that out. So, y'all, just because they won office, and y'all know I talked about this previously, just because they won the office does not mean we let up. No. Even Aaron Brockovich. I don't know if y'all watch. I love that movie with Julia Roberts, who plays Aaron Brockovich. I believe Aaron Brockovich is probably either 58, 59. She might be 60. I don't think she's that old. She won all them $333 million for the people. Remember, she wasn't even an attorney. That's why I love her so much, because like that is me. I'm the black Aaron Brockovich, whatever. But anyway, she came out. She slammed President-elect Joe Biden. I had to agree with her. She was like, "You're going to appoint a DuPont representative to the position of EPA? Are you crazy? Do you know what they've done? Do you know his policies and practices? Have you vetted him to make sure that he's not implementing the same practices that he did that killed a lot of people, and people had the cancer disease because of it? Are you serious?" She called him out. And I was like, yes to that. Yes to that. And so we cannot, it was a great movie, Marion. We cannot just sit back. Okay, you in there. Now we're going to hold you to what you said. So he's a wrong hire. He's a wrong hire, not unless he has repented and changed his ways. If he hasn't, he's a wrong hire. Y'all, so we cannot let up. We have to stay the course. We have to stay the course. We have to think about what was on the ballot for us and make sure we're standing up and using our voices accordingly. All right, y'all, the plot thickens. Y'all, there's a lot of news today. The plot thickens. New York Times reporting 2 separate New York State fraud investigations into Donald Trump and his businesses, one criminal and one civil, have expanded to include tax write-offs on millions of dollars in consulting fees, some of which appear to have gone to the daughter. Yeah, man. I don't know what it's like to have that kind of money. I may find out one day before I die, may not. But what I do know is that, man, what a game they are tied up in. How money is just flowing from one to the other, to the other, to the other. Come on. Yes, Kim Edmondson, scandal. All right, y'all, World Health Organization. These numbers are horrible. 12,589,088 confirmed cases. You remember I go to the World Health Organization. 262,701 deaths. 7,452,616 have recovered. So let's celebrate that recovery. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Yeah, Demia, I'll be honest. If we even do something half wrong, they coming after us. They auditing us. They checking things out. They threatening you. Just all kinds of stuff. But they do it. They do it. But those are the numbers. That's why I'm going to beg of you to stay in your bubble on Thanksgiving. I know it's hard. I posted a picture on, I believe yesterday, of my son and my daughter in the kitchen. And I was just like, I'm not going to see them this year. But that's okay. I'm not going to see them this Thanksgiving. But that's okay. That's okay. I would rather us stay in our bubbles and be healthy. That is okay. Their lives are that important to me. That is okay, y'all. That is okay. It's okay. It is okay. CNN reports that November, y'all get this. This is how serious this is. CNN report that November isn't even over, and the U.S. has already seen more new COVID-19 cases than in any other month of this entire pandemic. More than 3 million new cases were reported between November the 1st and November the 22nd. More than 3 million. And yes, y'all, there's testing. And yes, y'all, there are people that are asymptomatic, but they are seeing more people in the actual hospitals. It's almost like distributed evenly to some degree all across the U.S. People are running out of hospital beds in the hospitals. They are now making makeshift hospitals in convention centers. We know of Columbus, Ohio. We know of Dallas, Texas. We know of Baltimore, Maryland. We know of Richmond, Virginia. Y'all, they are now turning convention centers into makeshift hospitals. And then they're saying they don't have enough staff to run them. So y'all, please be careful. Please. For the first time, I used the app Giant Eagle to pick up my groceries. Now, once we're done with this, I'm going to have to get it up. I like going out because I'm a person like to talk to people. But I was like, what do you mean you don't have this? Did you find me something else? And he was like, no, ma'am, you didn't put on the app that you wanted something else. Well, what do I have to do that? How do I do that? I'm not an app person. And he was laughing at me. And I said, I'm sorry. He said, well, I can go back in and get it. I said, no, don't worry about it. I'll be okay. But I just laughed like, I just have to go to the store myself. I was trying to do it another way. It just doesn't work for me. And I understand it's not for everybody. I understand that. But I had to laugh at myself. I said, I thought I was young, hip, and fun. But I was like, and my daughter was on the phone with me. And she's like, Mom, just stop. I'll do the app for you. And you just go back and pick it up. I was like, but how does this work? And like, it even says on Giant Eagle to hit the link when you have arrived or saying that you're on your way. So I did that, right? But I guess I didn't do it right. I don't know. And so I called into the store and they were like, well, ma'am, you got to hit the link. I did that. And they were like, no, you got to go back to the app, whatever. So we all have to learn a new way. Don't y'all laugh at me. But we all have to learn a new way. And we have to find out what works for us and what doesn't work for us. Me doing groceries that way does not work for me. It doesn't. So when this is over, I'm going back into the store. I grocery shop at 6 a.m. and usually the only one there. I'm going to have to pick up that. I'm going to have to pick up that 6 a.m. Listen here, Tracy. I done cleaned off, and I always wipe down my stuff with the Clorox wipes, Lysol wipes, soap and water, whatever, when I come in. But it was interesting. With those produce, girl, I was cleaning that stuff like I don't know who touched this, who breathed on this, who did whatever to it. I was like, okay, this doesn't work for me. So yeah, you're right, y'all. All right, y'all, not my pillow. We're wrapping this up. Not my pillow. Y'all, Cal Rittenhouse. Y'all remember him? Kenosha, y'all remember him, right? He was walking down the street with his firearm, had his hands up and the police and stuff just passed him. And he was like, yeah, hey, what's happening? Well, y'all know he raised over $2 million to get out. But guess who was the bulk of that $2 million? That's right, Mike Lindell with My Pillow. Yeah. You mean to tell me he murdered people, he shot people, people were wounded, he's underage, he didn't even live in the area, his mother drove him there. You mean to tell me that y'all care that much about him? That you're going to, I'm not saying don't care about people, so don't hear that. But y'all going to raise $2 million. $2 million. Nah, My Pillow, nah. I'm glad I don't have one. Never will get one. That's just ridiculous. He's now the main, he's the CEO of My Pillow. He is now the main advertiser for Tucker Carlson. Y'all know him on Fox. It's like, this is absolutely ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So y'all, we have to be mindful. We have to be mindful of who we support. I've been saying for years, research the people you buy from. We're going into Black Friday, whatever that is. We're going into Small Business Saturday. And I'm begging you all to support Black and brown businesses. I'm begging you to support small business. I don't care what their race is. To support small businesses. So Black and brown businesses and small businesses, the mom and pop shops. Y'all, in times like these, do not forget about those who are coaches, consultants, those who can do mentoring, those can help you in a time of need. Even if you're not going to a counselor or a therapist, find a coach, a life coach who can coach you through their situations, who can coach you through your career. Y'all, invest in things like that. If you don't think you need it, make that a gift for somebody in your family. If you're able to do gifts this year. If not, just pray for people. I think this gift giving year is going to be different. It's not going to be the house slippers, the pajamas, the ties, the hand warmers, the pots and pans and vacuums, which, by the way, those are the most horrific gifts in my house. Don't give me that. But whatever that is, but I think more gifts are going to be, how can we help a person see their way through in times like these? So y'all, don't forget that. Don't forget that. On News in Motion, let me put this plug in here now. On News in Motion, on our page, which I see that people are starting to really like the page. We haven't put any much of any information on there. We will start that December 1st. But on our page there, my daughter gave me permission to talk about the Ready publication page on my wall, on my Instagram. Y'all, when you put all of our pages together, we have over 20-something followers, 20,000 something followers. So y'all know I do shout outs here on News in Motion. If you want to invest in that, just inbox me and say, how can I do that? The rates that we do that to do a sponsor on here are very small. So just let me know. Your daughter said you can cancel gifts. Yeah. So be thinking about that. But we need to support. We need to support. On my blog, I'm going to do a list of all these different businesses. And, it's just like, just bless back so we can do this together. All right, y'all, for the win. Everyone who is standing up against injustices and letting their voice be heard. So every last single one of us, because I think many of us are becoming so tired, but we're continuing to stand up. We're continuing to let our voice be heard. We are continuing to shine light in the darkness. We are continuing that. So for the win, everyone who is calling out the injustice and who are they're standing up. You're standing up, making your voice be heard. Chick-fil-A does support the occupant of the Oval. That is a true statement. So does Home Depot. Y'all ain't know that, did y'all? All right, so y'all, my inspirational message is that this is not the time to be weary. This is not the time to be weary. And so I'm going to give you a Bible verse today. I hope you don't mind with that. Those of you who may not be believers or followers of Jesus on here, y'all know I am. So I go with the way the Lord leads me. So I need to give y'all Galatians 6 verse 9. That's the drug of my choice. Galatians 6 verse 9. And let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. I'll read that again. Let us not grow weary of wrongdoing, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. Y'all, I know you're tired. I'm tired. We're weary. We thought we could breathe after the election, and we have a clown show that is happening. People actually think that this man can overturn the election. We cannot grow weary. We cannot become silent. We cannot be quiet. We have to continue the fight. What's your fight? Your fight is going to be different than someone else's fight. But operate in your gifting with your fight. Y'all, we're tired. We are tired. I'm not going to be here on Thanksgiving, of course, on doing live. I will not do a live on the Friday after. I'm not. And I'm going to enjoy myself. Whether I'm sitting in my chair, that chair back there, reading a book, or sipping on a mimosa, spiked or not, or whatever it is I choose to do. And I'm asking you to do the same thing. Take care of yourself. Y'all, we cannot give up. We cannot give up. My fight is not punching racists in the face. So many people have come out to who they really are. And I think that's been difficult for me. I'm sure it's been difficult for you. When we see our news feed, and I'm like, you're one of them? What? And I'm not even asking questions. Delete, unfriend, we're done, you're blocked, whatever that is. For a while, I was silencing people for 30 days because Facebook gives you that app, that place where you can silence people. Like, let me just get through the election, let me silence them. Well, now the election is over. I'm coming back on, and they're popping up, and I'm reading some stuff, and I'm like, what? What is happening? What is happening right now? We all see where Sidney Powell met the bus. Yeah, the attorney Sidney Powell, she met the bus. I was reading through Twitter, and I'm hoping that, somebody said, I hope she was able to get the license plate before she got ran over. But, I read the statement from the Trump campaign about Sidney Powell, and I'm thinking, and I'm not defending her by any means, because she was talking about somebody who died in 2013, talking about that's another story. But anyway, I'm like, y'all all speaking the same language. But she got the bus the other day. And I'm sitting back going, when is this going to stop? I'm so tired. So I'm on my news feed and I'm seeing all these people supporting her and supporting Rudy Giuliani, supporting the occupant of the Oval. And then I'm watching people, and I don't know if some of y'all got the clip if you follow Bishop Timothy Clark. And I went and looked because I had already seen it on Twitter. I'd already seen a piece of someone's sermon on Twitter, evangelical pastor, and he had tables up on his pulpit overturning the tables and talking about the papers on top were ballots. So he showed pictures of Pennsylvania and pictures of Wisconsin where the recounts were happening. And he was saying, I believe the Lord is in there just overturning all the tables, overturning all the ballots. And I'm sitting there going, that's not even biblical. That's not even biblical. So when I'm seeing my friends, used to be friends, on their news feeds repeating these conspiracy theories and making these statements about, yes, go after this county, and the county is basically an all-black county. Yes, they're voter fraud. Yes, they lie. Yes, they're dead people. Did y'all notice that a dead person that they claimed was dead came out and said, I'm fully alive? That's my social security number. That's who I am. This is my address. Been here. Why y'all have me as dead? Y'all, enough is enough. So I had delete. Bye. Thank you for showing me who you are. All right, y'all, 6:30 tonight. If you still need the link to the Zoom, to the Friendsgiving, please either email me at ged@mimtoday.org. That's G as in Gail, E as in Elizabeth, D as in Dudley, at M as in Mary, I, M as in Mary, today, TODAY.org. Email me before noon. Please, I'm not going to keep checking. And if you want to come, you're there. And there's a lot of you. So I'm like real excited about tonight at 6:30. If there was one of you, I'd have been just as excited. But there's a lot of us. So I'm excited. We're going to have a good time having conversations on Zoom tonight. But please let me know that you need the link before noon today, noon Eastern. Now, if you're inboxing me on Facebook, inbox me before 10. Because I don't look at inbox often. While I'm here, let me say this. And please hear this from my heart. Y'all, if I miss you in the morning saying good morning, it's because I'm either looking down or I'm reading my notes. And I'm moving with the way that the news and motion is going. So I'm begging you not to take it personally. It is not personal at all. It's that I just did not see your name go up. So I'm going to start giving a blanket good morning. I'm going to still call out names when I see you, especially when I first come on. But y'all understand it is hard to do that. But I'm grateful. I love the fact that you are tuning in and you are supporting this. And I will do my darnest to make sure I see your name and speak to you. But here's my question. And I believe God's going to continue to grow this. What's going to happen when there's 100 of you live? There's no way I'll spend the whole 30 minutes calling out your names. I can't do. What's up, Mike? I've missed you, Mike Nicholson. So y'all just remember that. Do me a favor. Share this. Share this. Let me tell you why I'm asking you to share. It changes the algorithm. And there have been people who have been inboxing me or texting me saying, I can never catch it. I don't see it. And I say, you just have to follow it when you finally do catch it. So if you do the algorithm when you first come on, if you hit the share when you first come on, it'll populate to other people. So if you don't mind doing that. Also, y'all, I'm back with this, that sponsor I told y'all about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. They're back asking me questions. We have to get my numbers up on YouTube. So if you have not subscribed to the YouTube, just subscribe. Just subscribe and ignore it. Just help me out. So anyway, I'll see most of y'all tonight. Those of you who can make it at 6:30, again, the Zoom link, let me know if you need it. Just email me. The email is in the thread. I've seen it go up. Thank you for those of you who are putting it in there. And if not, I'll see you right here tomorrow morning at 7:25 a.m. if God says I can come back. All right, y'all. Love you all. Peace out. Have a great day. I'll see you at 6:30.